Namaste. Welcome to Gurupriya TV. I'm very happy to be with you here in Maitri Mandir, created by SarvaAtma. What inspired you to create this place of relationship?
Friendship. We are in a world of conflict. We are in a world of a lot of exploitation in the name of God, in the name of religion, in the name of several things, political ideology, national identity. So I thought, why we should spend millions and millions of dollars to create temples for gods? A God is everywhere. Mm-hmm. We need to have other type of temple. Narayana Guru created a temple for people who were not able to go to temple because they were low caste people. Mm-hmm. So he created a temple for people who cannot go to the temple. And then he said, we don't need any more temples. We need knowledge. So he created a temple for knowledge. And finally he created a temple with just a mirror. Because who is the real God? We are the real God. So we need furthermore evolution. This evolution which is made through a temple which is devoted to friendship. So friendship is something which we are missing because people are organizing according to their religion, according to their political groups or national identity. We need something universal. We are speaking about the universal friendship. So this is a place of friendship. So friendship is possible when we are equal. So maybe you are French, you are English, or American, or African. Wow. We need to be equal. So in this house of friendship, we are equal. So when we are equal, our relationships are real relationship. So when we have a real relationship, not commercial relationship, we can really open our heart. We can discover other as our own image. You are inseparable. You are a part of me. So there is true love. So this is the objective. This is what inspired me to create this place.
Can you tell us what is your conception of yoga?
Thank you for asking me this question, because yoga is very well known, but we often understand yoga as the union of two things, union of the body and the mind, union of the individual mind with the cosmic mind. But this kind of interpretation cannot help us really. Yoga is art of harmony. Harmony is it's very important in our life. Without harmony, we cannot live. We need harmony in our mind, in our body, in our society, in our family. So yoga can bring this to our life. So harmony is not negating the duality, because there are many things, there are many people. So each person stay as they are, but we learn to dance together. We learn to be in a beautiful relationship. So this is the idea of yoga. Yoga is how to create harmony in our heart. So it becomes the art of loving. Yoga is a way how to express our love. Not the love for others only. It is the love for ourselves, love for the universe. So when you know that love makes people together, the absence of love brings people apart. So yoga means union. So union is possible when there is love. So yoga becomes the same as love.
Sarva, you traveled all around the world. Mm-hmm. In the West. This is a different culture. How do you adapt yoga to their difficulties?
Mm-hmm. Of course, the yoga was born in India, and now it is everywhere in the world. And it's true that the Indian culture was the creator of yoga. The moment when we were living like the people in West, about 6,000 years ago in the valley, Indus valleys, you can see that the civilization was living almost like our modern cities. So they were living in towns where four-story building, and people were far from the nature. You see? So when we live in the nature, we are nourished. Not only our mind and body and our heart, the whole being is in a state of osmosis with the world outside. And so there is a healthy mind, healthy body, and our spirituality is in our lifestyle. But the modern world, we have the tendency to go far from the nature. We put everywhere asphalt roads, concrete buildings, and even we don't touch the floor because we are putting shoes almost every time. So the Western world is much farther than the natural environment, and yoga is the way to connect to the nature, because our body is 100% nature. So yoga teaches how to connect to the nature. So our body is nature. By breathing consciously, by living your body sensations, you bring back the mind to here and now. And that is why I believe yoga has a great importance to the Western world. Not only for the Western world, because the Western world is now copied in the Orient, in the Asia, in the China, in all other parts of the world, and it is a very great danger. So yoga is a need for the modern man.
Are you teaching both spiritual and physical aspects of yoga?
Yes, yoga is a holistic approach, so we cannot separate the physical aspect and the spiritual aspect. Often we may start with the body because it is clear and because it is possible to feel it, but we cannot stop in the body because we have to grow towards the mental control, observing your thought and breathing, and to reach at a state where you can look at yourself. Mm-hmm. Yoga is the way to be conscious of the consciousness. Understand? How to observe the observer. Mm-hmm. That is where the yoga happens. Yoga is a very beautiful experience of self-discovery. When you discover yourself, because you are the mystery of the whole universe, because you are creating the world that you don't know, but you understand that later, that the world is your projection. When you understand that you are the creator, you make your world, and then you are more mysterious than the world itself. So this is going to become an adventure. Yoga is an adventure with oneself that you move towards. And this is going to become an implosion, not an explosion. It's an implosion. And the individual find his or her real nature. And this is the greatest compensation of yoga. Because when you know that you are Satchidananda, that means existence, subsistence, and the great value, you are beauty itself. Because when you see beauty outside, and it is only a discovery of the beauty inside, it is only a reflection of your body. So when you look at yourself, you will see in one single point the whole wealth of the universe, the whole beauty, the whole mystery of the universe converging in one point.
You mean that all the beauty of the universe is inside us?
Exactly. So where is the divine nature? Where is God? It's not outside. It's you. Tattvamasi.
You mean I am God?
You are your God. You are your God. And I am my God. And God is everywhere. Everywhere. And each one of us has this responsibility to find their divine nature. This is our mission. This is for that. This is our great goal. Yoga is for that.
Most of Indian people go to north of India for spiritual purpose. Why are you in Kerala?
It's a simple question. Is about my native land. I born here. Of course, when we born in one place and when we grow up in this country, you will find it's impossible to compare because you don't have any other experiences. So when I left Kerala, I never thought of coming back because I don't like this world. Because there were so many things which I don't like. And later, after seeing the other world, I found this is the best place.
What is the touristic and spiritual relevance of Kerala?
Kerala has a real history on spiritual path. It's a land of Narayana Guru. This is a land of Shankaracharya. There are several great people, philosophers, born here. So there is no question. And even the origin of Kerala is coming from Parashurama. Parashurama is one of the incarnation of Vishnu. There is a little bit mythology and a little bit history also. Kerala is spiritual, profoundly spiritual, because in the whole history of Kerala, you never find a real war. There is no war. Because even the English people, when they were so powerful, so that there is no real need of a war to capture Kerala. Because it's a small strip of land, and often it's meaningless to make a war for these people because it is small land. And also you can see that the weather condition. We are the second most rainfall in India. There is a lot of water, several rivers, and the nature is abundant, and there is no shortage of food. And the poverty is the recent phenomenon. Before, there was no poverty. The Kerala is a really rich land. So when there is enough thing to eat, and there is no real war, people can think about essential questions. They can think about the spiritual need. So people were always investing in spiritual direction. So Kerala has a long history, and also the language, Malayalam, which we are speaking, is a hybrid language between Tamil and Sanskrit. So we have all the words of Sanskrit, we have all the words from Tamil, and that created a very rich language. So there is a really very, very profound philosophy and literature in Kerala. So Kerala has the spiritual heritage incomparable with other states. And also because of the mountains which separate from the rest of the India, Kerala developed a separate culture. And also there is spice in Kerala, the ginger, cardamom, and all type of spices attracted people from everywhere, even from the antique world, the Phoenicians, the Chinese, the Arabs, and later on the Portuguese and the French people, and all this trade, and also later on the religious influence, like the disciple of Jesus, Saint Thomas, came 52 in Kerala. So we have also the only one mosque of the whole world without any war in Kerala. In 8th century, Chairman Perumal, he gave the land for building the first mosque without any war. So that you cannot see anywhere. So Kerala has a real history of spirituality. So it's interesting to come and discover the people who were able to receive the Jews when the Temple of Jerusalem was burning, and the Jews were everywhere, and they went everywhere, and there is only one country where they can come and live and settle without any problem, in Cochin. Yeah. So the Kerala people, I will say that they are so open and ready to receive without fear.
So you invite all the people to come to visit Kerala?
This is a way to enrich our culture. And we are not forgetting the story of colonization, or we are not thinking about the invasion, religious invasion, which can even happen even now. We are open. We can invite the communists here. The communism is flourishing in Kerala, in spite of our highly religiosity. You understand that people are capable of receiving contradictory ideas, opposite ideas. When you say, okay, communists, they don't want to have any religious practices, but often we see that the religion of materialism and everything goes together, hand in hand. And you can see engineer, or they are working for America in some techno parks. They do their prayers for Ganesha, and they do something completely far from the religiosity. And it gives a kind of opening. And we are born in this opening. And also our Upanishad, one of the Upanishad we call Taittiriya Upanishad, it says Atiti Devo Bhava. Atiti Devo Bhava means the guest is sacred. And this is our in our blood, in our spirituality. So it's interesting to approach the Kerala culture with open-heartedness.
Do you teach meditation and high aspects of yoga? And can you give a definition of meditation?
Yeah, very good question. Yoga is a holistic approach, and we cannot separate the body and the mind and the social aspect, spiritual aspect of the human being. So when I teach yoga, I take this into consideration, and I cannot reduce the yoga to a physical exercise. So we need the body, we need the mind, we need the breathing, we need also the relationship, a good relationship between people and good relationship between oneself. So I always give this important, all the aspects of yoga. And meditation is a word which means thinking, and dhyana means not thinking. Dhyana is the right word. And this is possible when you have a concentrated mind. When you have a concentrated mind, you can reach the state of dhyana. Dhyana is when you are capable of doing nothing with your body and with your mind, and you are not sleeping, and you are not dreaming. So this is the state where you are in connection with the Absolute, with our inner nature. This is meditation. Meditation is something very important for the modern mind, because the modern mind is a perpetual agitation. Modern mind is always bombarded by ideas from outside, from inside, and our memory is continuously coming and contaminating our present. So nobody able to appreciate life because their past is coming. Their past is coming and contaminating and veiling their life. So we need a meditating mind. Without a meditating mind, we cannot solve our problems.
What is the core of your holistic menu?
Gandhi was a politician. He was advocate. He was doing so many things in whole his life for the independence of India. And he was influenced by certain aspects of yoga. For example, ahimsa. Ahimsa means respect of life. Satya, truth. And all these ideas are coming from yoga. So this is the part of the yama and niyama of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. So Ashtanga Yoga means the yoga of 8 members. Patanjali, who was the first author of yoga, and he gave a clear vision of what is yoga through the 8 different members. And the first member of the yoga is taking care of our relationship between the outside world and the individual. So that if you want to move to oneness, you cannot do it by hating someone, by hurting someone. Even it's an animal or a plant, you cannot feel the oneness because you are doing against it. So that is the first thing, ahimsa, non-violence. And it is also saying no to the violence. When you see violence and you don't do anything, then you are supporting it, you understand? So the practice of ahimsa means standing up and saying no to all kind of aggressions and injustice in the world, and keeping our words truthful, useful, and nice, and without manipulating people, and practicing the absence of attachment, and practicing also not grabbing things from others, and keep on the right path. So this is the yama, that's the first part of yoga. And the second part, very important, is how you treat yourself. Your love for others cannot be complete if you are not taking care of yourself. So self-love should be expressed by cleanliness of your body, mind, and everything, and to have a mind which is joyous. When you are unhappy, and you cannot give good quality of friendship. So you have to take care of your own inner joy, and it is your responsibility to keep your mind in a peaceful state. And the third one is to have tapas, the cleanliness of spirit, the rigorous practice. And the fourth aspect is about deepening your self-understanding. Often we are curious to know how others functioning, and we never put that much interest on our own functioning. So we need swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means learning of oneself, about the self. And the fifth last aspect is to keep connection with the sacred nature, Because in the materialistic world, we can forget very fast the sacredness of everything. Water is sacred, earth is sacred, the air is sacred, the sky is sacred, the sun is sacred, and your neighbor also sacred, your wife, your father, your children, your husband, everything is sacred. So often, because of our day-to-day difficulties of life, we forget, because we need to get money to live, and this human system make us go far from true loving life. And Guru Narayana Guru says, if you don't love, you don't live. Living is possible only through the expression of love. And if you are not able to express your love for yourself, for the others, then there is no life. This is the core of yoga, my holistic yoga.
Please, can you explain the necessity of yoga and the art of living?
Yoga is an art of living. Yoga is an art of living, and we already said that the art of living is loving. So we cannot think of the art of living separate from yoga, because already 10,000 years back we have developed the art of living according to the yogic laws. Because yoga means union of this is a feeling of when you feel that you are fragmented, and you have to come out of this isolation, and you feel one with the universe, and immediately this feeling will give you the sensibility necessary for finding what is good and bad. The work what you are doing, if you are not in connection with what you are doing, it is not your thing, then you just don't do it. Yoga will give you knowledge about your inner nature. So your dharma. Dharma means the intrinsic nature. That means a plant, a mango tree gives you mangoes only. So then think about yourself. What type of flowers you are going to give to the world? What types of fruits you are going to give? In this way, each person supposed to give back something to the universe. But because the universe is giving us everything, so what you are giving back? And this is possible only when you know who you are. And this knowledge is coming through the yoga. Then when you know who you are, whatever you do is in harmony with what you are. And we cannot say the art of living is a new technique. Art of living is yoga. And it is already there since 10,000 years or more.
Sri Narayana Guru's influence in your life and achievement?
Thank you for asking me this question, because the first influence, spiritual influence which I got is from Narayana Guru. So I was like anybody in the world, and living my life and thinking about my problems, and one day I read a book written by Guru. It's a poem, and it says about how the universe is created by our own divine nature. And suddenly I found, look, the science is not giving you answers which are only theories. And every year we have new theories. And here there is a confirmation. And suddenly I was so interested and started to read more and more. And one day I found that idea that when you do something to make yourself happy, Guru says, that should make others happy also. Avanavana Sukhatina Jarikunava, Aparanna Sukhatinai Varenam. That is the Atmopadesha Sataka, the words of Guru. It means we should take care of you and the other. So I thought of doing something according to this. Whatever I will do in this world, it should also contribute to the joy of others. That is how I came to teach yoga. Yoga is great for me, and I decided to teach yoga for others. So teaching is always learning more. And later on came to the creation of Maitri Mandir. So this is a joyous place, because I made it for me, and it is for others too. So it is a house of friendship. So my house is open to everywhere, to everybody, and people can come. Those who are not friends, but they can come and become friends. And it is like that. People, they are not friends, they come and they become friends, and they gave me a real opening to the world. Wherever I go, I have friends, and this is great. And I ask my friends to do the same.
Please, can you tell us what activities do you propose? Please, can you tell us which activities do you propose in the center?
So we are open to do many things. First of all, what we want is to give a healthy body and mind. And the healthy body and mind we can reach through Ayurveda and yoga. So this is our basic activity. That is only for those who are wanting, and this is open to Indians and Europeans or anybody. But we are looking for higher objectives. We want to create jobs for those who don't have jobs. So this is our basic action. So in this village, whenever I came back from Europe and they asked me, "Oh, please give me a visa and bring me to France and other countries," and I know this is not the real solution. Kerala is a rich world. We have to do like the Japanese people. They don't have many resources, but they become very strong economical power. They bring the raw materials, they process it, and they sell the whole world. They develop technology. Why we should go to the Arab countries and work and leave our wife and children in this world? And our children are growing without seeing their father. And this is very, very, very unhappy, very, very sad to see that the children, they don't know their father, how he is earning money. They don't know. And often this is a kind of slavery. And why we should do that? We should create job here. So this is a message for Kerala people. So we are born here and we should live here and work here. We should not go far and sell ourselves to somebody else. So this is the basic idea behind Maitri Mandir. For reaching that, we develop many kind of services. We produce soap, we produce incense, we have different stitching groups. We produce so many things. We sell so many things, and it is according to the teachings of Narayana Guru. Guru says, if you are in a situation of injustice in the society, he said, first you have to become clean, then educate yourself, then open to the free spirituality, and then unite, make associations and cultivate your own food. And then you can sell whatever you have more than what you need, and that will give you more money to start other things. You can learn other types of job, and then finally go to this intelligent way of life. So this eightfold path we are practicing here. So in fact, it is a modern ashram. Ashram means a place where you do something to evolve yourself. And here we have an answer to the problems, the real life problems. So most of us are in a financially bad situation because we don't know a job, we don't know enough money to begin something. So we take them, we train them, and sometimes they feel going outside and start something. We help them, or they work here. So this is our service to the world. And this is possible because of the Western people coming and the Ayurveda and the teaching of yoga. These all make enough resource to do this.
Please give us unforgettable teaching and treating experience.
As you know, that I spent a lot of time in France teaching yoga, so nearly 30 years now, and this gave me a lot of experience with the students, my students, and also treating through Ayurveda and also through yoga. So many things happened in life. And what I remember now is about one event, one of my friends whose name is Christian. And he came one day and saying that he lost his job and now he don't know what to do. And all this usual sad story of someone in Europe when they don't have a job. It's a traumatic experience, and it is very hard. And he asked me help, and I told him, you come and practice with me every day. And slowly he started to show interest in practicing. And I told him, don't force yourself, you have to be your master. And what happens is, when he understood that he is his master, and who am I then? And I told him, I am just a friend, and you continue to practice. And when you feel that it is painful, don't do it. When it is giving you some agreeable experience in practicing, do it more and more. And that was the only thing I told him. And a few years back, he came happy and really a completely transformed person. Now he is teaching. He's a master. And about treating, I would say the most interesting experience is about myself. So from the childhood, I had health problems. And that is how also I came to yoga. And I had always very easily get tonsil infections, tonsillitis. And I found a book, it is telling that by 21 days of pranayama you can solve it. And I started to practice it. 3 weeks and it's finished. And the doctor was telling me, you have to take antibiotics, injections after injections, and, or operation. All these things were not needed. So unfortunately, this aspect of yoga is not well known. I believe that if we practice yoga, maybe the doctors have to find other jobs. Maybe many of the hospitals will close.